What's up, everybody? My name is Braskus, and welcome back to Human Resource Machine. So we are going to pick up where we left off. We're going to be on Zero Exterminator, and I'm going to try to... I don't know how far I'll get. Let's see, what did we do last time? We got up through 12. The early ones are a little easier, so I don't know that we'll get all the way up there, but maybe we'll try to get to about, I don't know, 20 or something. Alright, Zero Exterminator, Year 7. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or 10 years? I have a note here from your other boss that says, from this point on, your performance will be evaluated with extra scrutiny. What a treat! Tell me more. You can always ask me to show you the optimization challenges for the current assignment. Okay. What are the challenges? 4 or fewer commands and 23 or fewer steps. Send all things that are not 0 to the outbox. You got a new command. It jumps only if the value you are holding is 0. Otherwise, it continues to the next line. So go to the inbox, and then jump if it's 0. Send all things that are not 0 to the outbox. Sorry, so we're going to actually inbox to outbox, and then it jumps only if the value you are holding is a 0, otherwise it continues the next in line. So if it's 0, then jump back up above inbox and it should just grab the next one. If it's not, then it should just take it straight to the outbox. And I think that's it, yeah? Let's see what happens. Send all things. Oh, but of course I need to actually queue it back up to go back to the beginning. Because otherwise it runs one set of commands and has nowhere else to go. I have to loop it. There we go. In 4 or fewer commands and 23 steps. I probably won't be quite so what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I'm probably not going to try to be so completionist on those challenges, but it has come to our attention that the Zero advocacy community felt the previous assignment was not inclusive. This time, send only the zeros to the outbox. What happens to the other numbers and letters? Management leaves that detail up to you. Management values all numbers equally, even those numbers who have 0 or negative value. And since the term negative can feel aggressive, we will refer to those brave numbers to the left of 0 as values of oppositely signed opportunity. Okay, send only the zeros to the outbox. So take the inbox, jump if 0 to an outbox, otherwise jump back to the beginning. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, but I keep forgetting to loop it back to the beginning, because I'm dumb. There we go. Now do it. Much better. Apparently we didn't do it fast enough for them, but that's okay. Sub-hallway. You're 11. Subtraction? I never learned that in school. Did you? We're a good team. If I have 6 apples and you take 2 apples away, what do we have? Yes, a workplace theft incident. Okay, for each 2 things in the inbox, first subtract the first from the second and put the result in the outbox, and then subtract the second from the first and put that result in the outbox, and repeat. Got a new command. Subtracts from the contents of a tile on the floor from whatever value you're currently holding. So for each 2 things in the inbox, subtract the first from the second, put the result in the outbox, then subtract the second from the first and put the result in the outbox, and repeat. So first thing we do is take it from the inbox and copy it to 0. Then we go back to the inbox, copy that to 1, subtract from 0, and outbox the result, then copy from... Let's see, so we've copied to 0, then we took the second number, copied it to 1. First subtract the first from the second. Result in the output. Okay, I've already done this a little bit wrong. Hold on. Get rid of that for a second here. So we take the first one, put it in 0. We take the second one, put it in 1. And they want me to take the first number and subtract it from the second. Oh no, so that's fine. Because we're taking the first number and subtracting it from the second number, and we'd be holding the second number minus the first number, then outboxing it. Okay, so that's fine. Then we need to do the reverse. So instead of taking the 1 number minus the 0 number, we need to copy from the 0 number and subtract the 1 number, outbox that, and then jump back to the beginning. So we take the 1, take the 9, unless I'm misreading or misunderstanding their instructions, which might happen because I'm tired and it's late. Take the 1. Alright, we're good. We got it right. And we're good. I don't know if I did the challenges right, but I did. Yay! We got it right. Okay, the equalization room. Sometimes some numbers are bigger than other numbers, and sometimes they're the same. How can we know? I read about that here in this great book, Which Number Are You? For the Aspirational Zero. You can borrow it later. You're doing just fine. I don't have a favorite employee. I enjoy supervising them all equally. And they don't do anything. Okay. Ah, right. Okay, so get 2 things from the inbox. If they're equal, put 1 of them in the outbox. Discard non-equal pairs and repeat. You got comments. You can use them if you like to mark sections of your program. That's also another programming thing. 100%. Alright, I don't need that label there, though. So, 2 things from the inbox. If they're equal, put 1 of them in the outbox. Discard non-equal pairs and repeat. So the easiest way to do that is to go to the inbox and copy it to 0. Then go to the outbox and... No, not sorry, not... What the fuck am I talking about? Go to the inbox and copy that to... No, I don't even need to do that. We copy it to 0. Yes, sorry. We do go to the inbox. Okay. Then subtract that from the number that's in 0. If the number you're then holding is a 0, put 1 of them in the outbox, discard non-equal pairs. Yeah, if it's a 0, then you will copy from the original number and deliver that to the outbox. If it's not a 0, discard non-equal pairs and repeat. So you would just jump back to here. And then regardless, you have to go back to the beginning from there. So let's make sure that this is doing what I want it to do. So we go to the inbox. We copy it to 0. Then we go back to the inbox. We subtract that from it. It's not a 0, so we jump back to the beginning. We go to the inbox, copy it to 0, go back to the inbox, subtract from it. If it's 0, then it jumps down. We copy from 0 again, take it to the outbox, and then jump back to the beginning. And we got it. Not quite as fast as they'd like, but we did it. Alright, maximization room. There's been a change of plans. The accounting department has determined that treating all numbers equally is no longer profitable. Management wants the big numbers only. I don't really care which numbers are bigger or smaller. I get paid the same no matter what. Okay, so grab 2 things from the inbox and put only the bigger of the 2 in the outbox. If they're equal, just pick either one and repeat. Got a new command. It jumps only if the thing you're holding is negative, less than 0, otherwise it continues to the next line. Okay. This is where I have to start thinking more carefully about what we're doing. So regardless, we have to take 2 things from the inbox. So we go to the inbox, and we copy that to 0. Then we go back to the inbox, and again, we need to subtract from the 0. Now, if the number is negative... Actually, hold on. Because here's the problem, right? So say we take 8, we put it in 0, we've copied it, we take the 2, and we subtract. Now, if it's not 0, then we just take the 8, and we put it in the outbox. We just copy from the one we had. Now, if we reverse these numbers, so we have a 2, then we take the 8 and we subtract 2 from it, we don't have the 8 to put in the outbox anymore because we're holding the 6. So before I do anything, I need to copy both of them onto the floor. So we need to copy that to 1. Now, we can subtract the 0. Now, if it is... Okay, let me think. If it's negative, we jump down and do something else. If it's not negative, then it needs to continue on. Oh, God. I'm having trouble keeping track of my train of thought here. Okay, so if it's not negative... Right, so this is like we put down the 2, we take the 8, we put down the 2, we put down the 8. We then subtract the 2, we have a 6. We then have to copy from 1 and outbox that result. And then jump back to the beginning to repeat. Now, if it is negative, we'll just skip down here and jump over that. Because if it is negative, in this case, 8, 2, subtract from the 8, we get a negative number. Then we need to copy from 0 and outbox that result. And jump back to the beginning. If the result is a 0... then it doesn't really matter which one we do, so just copy from 0, outbox it, and jump to the next one. Alright, I think we got what we wanted. Yep, looks like it worked. And that would have been a good place to use labels. Yeah, I didn't make either one of those work, but it's a good place to use labels there so you know which one happens when and why. It's... Oh.
And that, ladies, is how I saved a bundle on my long-distance telephone service. Back to work, everyone.
A massive army of machines has surrounded the city. The machines are not moving, and they are not communicating. Local authorities are investigating.
Okay, then. It's still early enough in the game, is what I was saying there, that labels aren't necessarily important to have. But later on, when you have to start, like, doing full different chains of commands that are almost individual programs, it's nice to be able to keep track of what happens and when. Alright, I've always felt most comfortable with nice, cold, logical decisions. Emotional decisions are for the weak. Tell me more. This assignment is a basic Boolean logic operation. Boolean, by the way, for those who don't know programming, is true or false. A Boolean value is literally that, true or false. It's called XOR, exclusive OR. Armed with this new information, you may research independently if you like. So for their version, for each 2 things in the inbox, send a 0 to the outbox if they have the same sign. Both are positive or both are negative. Send a 1 to the outbox if their signs are different, and repeat until the inbox is empty. Oh my. Let me see if my brain can wrap my head around how I did that last time. For each 2 things in the inbox, send a 0 to the outbox if they have the same sign, both positive or both negative. Well, what you can do first then, I guess, is go to the inbox. 0 to the outbox if they have the same sign, both positive or both negative. Okay, I think I remember how I did this. So you go to the inbox, and if it's negative, then you go back to the inbox, and if it is still negative, at that point, you send it to the outbox. Then you jump back to the beginning of the program. Now, if it's not negative, right? Here, we're going to set this one up to say negative. Alright, so if they're both negative, then it outboxes the result. Now, if they are not negative, I need to do something differently. So if it goes to the inbox, jump if negative, it goes to there. So I need to stick something in the middle here. If it's not negative, what does it do? Inbox, jump if negative, inbox, if negative, outbox. I'm not sure I'm doing this the right way. If it isn't negative, then it just continues. Goes back to the inbox. Okay, I'm not doing this the right way. I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna actually, what we're gonna do is we're instead going to go back here. We're gonna do the one that's actually number 16, and then I'm gonna check and see what time I have, and we'll go from there if I've got enough time to work on it. Haha! Positive attitudes were determined to increase productivity, and are now therefore mandatory. Smile! Management's watching. Tell me more. I would smile, but I don't have a mouth. I actually do. Send each thing from the inbox to the outbox, but if a number is negative, first remove its negative sign. I believe if you... Oh, how do you do that? Is it if you add 2 negative numbers or subtract 2 negative numbers? -4 minus -4, I feel like it cancels it out, and it... Okay, so... Send each thing from the inbox to the outbox, but if a number's negative... Okay, so first of all, inbox. Then if it's negative, it has to jump to a different part of the program. Otherwise, you outbox it. Now, if it's negative, then you can copy it to 0. And then I think you subtract from itself. And then I think you do it twice, actually. I could be very wrong about that, but we'll check it here in a second. My brain is not handling math right now. Then outbox it. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, so the first number is not a big deal, because you just outbox it, because it's not negative. Right, but there's an empty value there, so stop and debug. I need to jump from here to the top. Once it's outboxed, it has to jump back up. Otherwise, it jumps below that, does this portion. Okay, inbox, if it's negative, it jumps down here and runs these instructions before jumping back to the beginning. If it's not negative, it goes straight to the outbox, then jumps back up to the top. Alright, so the first one, inbox to the outbox, jump it back to the top. Inbox, it is negative, so it instead copies it to 0, subtracts. Yes, and then it should do it again to remove the negative number. Outboxes the result, and then we're good. And we're good. Absolute positivity. Okay, cool beans. Okay, I apologize, I don't have my phone on me, so I don't know what the clock is. So if there's a bit of a jump here, it's because I might have cut something out. Hold on. Okay, so we will watch this last cutscene, and then I am actually out of time for this episode. Now, I think the reason that I did the Sabbatical Beach Paradise is if I start this next one, I believe my picture has changed. Let's look at it real quick, and I believe I look older now. Yeah, see, I've started going bald on top. Okay, so that's all I've got time for in this episode, guys, but if you did enjoy it, I'm not going to do any more on this unless people want to see more of it. I've done 2 episodes on it, which should be a pretty good introduction to it, and it's probably enough, but if you guys are interested in seeing whether or not we can get to the end and want to sort of figure out how to do the way more complicated puzzles, then by all means, feel free. In fact, you know what, just to get that ball rolling, if you feel up to it, you can see the puzzle over here, you can see the commands that we have here. If you guys want to post something in the comments as to a possible solution for this, on how to arrange these instructions, then I will happily try out your solution in the next video. If not, that's fine, we just won't bother coming back to this video. It's not for everybody, and it might be a little bit dry given you're just basically constructing a program. It might be one of those games that's more rewarding for the player rather than the people observing. But regardless, I have a soft spot and I felt it was worth sharing, so I hope you all had fun with it, at least for a little bit there. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below. And as always, guys, I'll see everybody in the next episode. Catch you guys later.